sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
On first down, Wentz. And his first pass is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check, check. 82, 82. Run.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Sheds off the tackle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Darnold on first down. Returning right back to Lockett. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Again, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism, but without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
Under 10, 10.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Runs through the contact. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, Wentz. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes you're...
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Back to you. Check 52. Shift.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now taking downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold going right back to Fant. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Lockett. 7 yards the pick up there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This is the tight end fan. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Darnold from the red zone now. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. To throw is Darnold. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Buying time to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Switch, switch.
Now Wentz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
No. 46 down, man, 5-4. Switch gears.
Wentz now on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 35. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 39, Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. He lets it fly for Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Next, the score is Seahawks 17, Washington 3. Michael Vincent to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 3 on the play, but with it, time has run out on the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Faking the give, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. Second guy in, tackle the ball.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Say, let's find 2. Let's find 2. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. What's that?
Once more, Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Check. 81. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned it. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he stopped immediately there. Cody Barton there to bring him down. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Wentz to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Lockett, and he goes out right around the 39. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run the counter. Carson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd down and 4, Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Kendall Fuller, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. There we go. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Seahawks 24, Washington 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the... And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble. But when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now here's a carry heading left. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Down the man inside, down the man. Check hot, hot. Shoot. He's coming.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Great 15.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Washington on 3rd down. A very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Dancing to his left. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And with the scoreboard against him here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets him up with 1st and goal.
Empty. Empty. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
McKissick. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. He's got it up to the 15, showing off some fancy footwork there on the play. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Working with a 2nd and 3. They run again with Carson. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Off of play action, Darnold. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
They run it with Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It was Deron Payne who got in there to make the play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. This complete to Lockett. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Returning right back to Lockett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man